Welcome back to the Jack and Glenn channel. I'm Jackie.
I'm her husband, Glenn.
My husband, Glenn. We're back.
Yeah, we're back here to review Married at First Sight, episode number 5 from season 10. Before we get into our review, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit that bell notification, so you don't miss any of our reviews, whether it's family or fiance or this Married at First Sight.
Yes.
We left off episode 4 with Mindy in tears, upset, mad at Zach because Zach said she wasn't attractive, and she was like, "What kind of husband or what kind of man tells a woman that he's married to, that he's known for 3 days, that she is not attractive or he's not attracted to her?" And so we find them the next morning, and she's still visibly upset. She's still still got some tears and still crying, and she tried to explain to Zach. She does explain to Zach her feelings and what she felt he meant by "you're not attractive" to her. And Zach goes into this whole, I don't know what it is, circle. He went around the Robin Hood barn, the circle, trying to be calm and intellectual, but it seemed like a whole bunch of gibberish. What he's trying to explain and say to her, I couldn't understand it.
Yeah, he was just all over the place, but it makes me reflect back to a previous episode where basically he said, "I have a problem being direct," being straight and direct. And he tried to explain, and I told my husband, I think what he was trying to say was, I'm willing to work on it. Was there an instant attraction, an instant chemistry? No, but I could put my best foot forward, and with the comment, I said it and I moved on, not realizing that you were still sitting in it. So I had to double back, and even though I'm past it, I said it, I'm through with it, you weren't. And so we had to come back and talk about it. And I think he's just talking through it, but it was just like round and round we go, and where we stop, nobody knows.
You sound like the teacher from Charlie Brown.
Wah, 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 wah.
It was bad. But they bury the hatchet. They get together. They end up meeting with the other couples, Mindy. And we'll probably mention this several times that the women got together.
Right.
After the couples got together, Mindy was kind of basically sharing her frustration with the other ladies. And I like when they do this, because to me it's like a little bit of couple therapy. Because no one really knows what you're involved in except for the 5 people. In this case, the other 4 women that's at this resort in Panama.
Right.
So you have someone to talk to. You have someone to conversate with, that you don't have to wait till you get back to the States. You ain't got to call your mom and dad, who may not understand the situation that you're in, but you can talk to these women. So I like the little therapy session that they have, and they share information. As we get to Meka, sometimes they share too much information.
Yeah.
But she shared information that they try to get some help from the women. Like, what are you feeling? What do you think he means by this? And then her and Zach, they eventually go out on a little date. He has a little blanket and some champagne, and they're sitting on the beach, and they start talking again. Zach goes into a whole circle of things that you don't know where. Like, dude, what are you really talking? Can you really express yourself?
He said he already told us he can't.
But don't go give me a 15 dialogue and you ain't say nothing in 15 minutes.
Right, but
he hasn't said nothing to her in 15 minutes.
It's such a waste.
So she's sharing her feelings, and she basically just, I want you to be honest with me.
Right.
And be honest with me, and I'll be honest with you. We'll communicate. Let our communication talk. And maybe you will grow. Mindy wants love.
Yeah.
She said it. She likes affirmation. So we talking about love languages. I know a lot of you out there probably read the love language book or saw the language. Her love language is affirmation. She likes to be
words of affirmation.
Words of affirmation. So she wants to be able, your hair look nice. You're beautiful. But when you're dealing with somebody who also that vain, who likes people to.
But you know what? And I'm not saying this is the case with Zach, but I thought about it. It's a lot of good-looking people out there that keep themselves up. They might be models or whatever, but because I'm in that industry, it doesn't necessarily mean that's all that I'm about. And I think probably he gets a bad rap for that. His conversation with her right now is not helping any.
Right.
Maybe he's not that superficial. He really could be. Or maybe it's just I keep having a battle against this because I'm a model. Everybody thinks I'm just all about the looks, and I'm not.
Yeah, I agree with that, but she wants to have deep conversations, and he's not trying to have.
Oh my gosh, he said that.
deep conversation. He can't deal with deep conversations. Like his level, his level can't go that. He can't go that deep. It's here, and he can't go any above that.
He said, "I've never had to talk this deep with somebody so soon."
So soon.
I think he almost said ever. He's like, wow. I mean, it's no laughing, no joking. It's like everything's so serious, and cause she's like, bro, I'm trying to get to know you.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to know you, so I want to ask these things and find out these things. And he's like, so over it. He's like drinking.
Like he's frustrated that she's asking questions. You've only been together 3 days. And so in the midst of these 3 days, you got married, you stayed a night together, you've been in Panama, she's trying to find out what makes you tick, what you like, what you don't like. And if it gets too deep, you can tell she's very intellectual because of the way she chooses her words and the way she deals with it, and the way that she speaks and talk. It's like it goes over his head and he does not know how to respond. I don't know if anybody been in a relationship with somebody that's not on your level intellectually. It's not cool.
Which further diminishes his point when he's trying to say it's not about looks, it's not about the superficial, but you can't even have a deep conversation. Like, I be trying to give Zach the benefit of the doubt, but and then I'm back to my other point. Did he just try out for Married at First Sight? Has he never actually watched it? Because that comment to me is so stupid. You know you only have these many weeks, so you're gonna have to get deep fast. Again,
he's an Instagram model. Not saying that he's on the show just for that, but he is out there in the limelight. He does these things. So maybe he but I wouldn't see anybody being on the show. And if her friends ask you, we talked about that, are you on this just to get your name out there? I can't see anybody being that cruel to be married somebody, to stay married for 8 weeks just to get their more likes or more hits, or try to do what they can do, try to be what they can be after the show.
Yeah, I don't think it's that. I don't think it's that at all. But I just really don't think, like, where's season 10? I just don't understand how people go into it not understanding it's an accelerated process. Yeah. You're gonna have to do a whole lot more in a shorter time. And I'm not saying he's trying to put his name out there. I'm just like, bruh, I know they told you this.
But give him some benefit of doubt. On their little excursion, when they went to the little part of the island of Panama, the little city in Panama, he did try to cuddle up a little bit. He made more jokes. He was a little bit lighthearted. She saw a different side of him.
Right.
So there was a different side of Zach we saw. Even the joking, like, oh, it's gonna, they when they make the pottery, it takes 15 days. He's like, oh, it's gonna take you 100. Now, I don't know if he was doing a shot or trying to be funny. Sometimes his funniness comes off to me as he's throwing a shot. Yeah. But it's all about how you take it. So if she don't take it that way, I'm not gonna take it that way. So it's like him trying to be funny. They laughed about it, but he's trying with her, even when they were sitting on the bed at their end of dinner at the night, and they were drinking wine, and they was having a conversation about attraction and how you feel, and she opened up when they was at dinner, and he said, I like that. I really liked her when she opened up and she showed. He likes someone who likes to be honest. Mm-hmm. He likes someone who doesn't mind speaking their mind, but only on his level.
Right.
And then even with the funniness, like, he wants to do it on his timing. That's what I want to say. He likes to do it on his timing, because when she would try to give him a fist bump, yeah, we'll give a fist bump. And he was like, no, I'm not giving you a fist bump. It's not the moment. Like, it's not now. She's like, but we've been doing this all day.
I don't understand.
I don't understand when is the moment. And so he has a problem with the teaching or the communication of when is the right timing, and you can tell she's not into that. So
he's so but they're not the worst couple.
No, and they're not.
They're not the worst.
But we're not gonna get some worse shit. So let's do bad, good, and it's bad, good.
I'm just saying.
But good couple though. Let's talk about a good couple. Derek and Katie. Derek is doing his thing, though. It's her birthday week. Her birthday. Yeah. Derek is like got breakfast ready for her. They're having conversations. He even helped give her insulin.
Okay, so y'all might not know this, but I'm a nurse. I felt like that was weird. The fact that she asked him, can you help me? I'm like, she's been a diabetic since she's a teenager. You can't give your own insulin injection? But
I think it was much more, and I don't mean to cut y'all, but I think it was much more saying, are you going to be squeamish by this? Are you going to be able to helpful by this? And she might have thought it was romantic that he was able to stick her. I mean... Not in that sense. We get to that. We'll get to that later. But he did stick anyway.
But I was just like, that threw me. You know, being a nurse, maybe I looked too deep in it. It was like, can you help me? And I was like, honey, you could do your leg, you could do your stomach. Like, you didn't have to do your arm. Maybe apparently it was a test. And he did. He helped her with it. And I think she said, you know, guys have been kind of weird about it. Everybody can't handle, you know, in marriage, you know, you say in sickness and in health, for rich or for poor, in sickness and in health, and it's different when you come into it with, not that she has a sickness, but she has a chronic illness, disease process that she has to deal with. So some guys off the top can't deal with it. In marriage, you might find out later on, as you age, other things come up, spouses can't deal with it. You know, so I guess it is good to know that up front. But I just thought that was weird. I was like, you give your own insulin injection, girl.
But he did, and she was sweet and romantic.
He did. And he did a good job. He did it properly.
He did it properly, right?
He did it
properly. Because I know you was looking.
I was looking.
But, you know, later on that night, he had rose petals
into
the room. He had
shucky
rose petal on the bed.
quack.
He had like a little dessert for her because of her birthday week. And she was so excited.
She's like, oh, ooh.
Yeah, she
he
was.
said he's a hopeless romantic.
For a guy who'd never been in love before, he's kind of doing all the right things.
Yeah.
Maybe he read a lot, and maybe he's the guy that, you know, let me read these books, watch these tapes, and try to get it done. But to never be in love, he's doing a lot of things for her, which is right.
But I wonder, has he been in love and he just doesn't know what being in love is?
Yeah.
Because, I mean, he's all romantic all that
Think about it, he talked to Dante, he got on one knee.
He's
he didn't get
romantic.
on, Zach was the one that got on one knee, but he talked to Dante, he did the roses, he's been sweet to open the doors, he's carrying bags, he's wearing a little hubby and wife shirt, they're doing matching things. I mean, he's doing insane.
He might read a lot.
He's saying all the right things, and he's wooing her right now because they, out of all the couples, they got the best chemistry. In my opinion, you know, I know some people say Austin and Jessica may have a little bit of chemistry, but I think Derek and right now Katie have the best chemistry, and with that chemistry, I remember I talked about sticking earlier.
Oh my gosh!
So he did.
They did a thing. She said she wanted birthday intercourse.
Birthday sex. Birthday.
She said maybe I could get it, and she got it.
She got it.
She got it.
Yeah, she got it, and they consummated their marriage, and she said, "I feel good about it."
And you know what?
And she gave the okay sign. Like, I feel good about it.
I gotta say this.
What you gonna say? I don't like it?
I gotta say this, you know, to fast forward a little bit, because we kind of mingling here and there. You know, even when it gets to where the girls get together and then the couples get together. I don't know. I feel like, just to fast forward, I feel like Austin a little bit. Like, I know we in this together. We share. Why do I have to tell you that I consummated my marriage? I don't know. I feel like it's not really none of y'all business. Just know it was way more than heavy cuddles.
Way more than heavy cuddles. And what she was referring to is that when they was at dinner, the couples got together and the question was asked, and Katie admitted to the couples, the rest of the couples, we had sex. We did more than heavy cuddling. Yeah. And they didn't go into too much details. I wonder when she get back home to your drunk friend did she say that Derek brought the fire. Got the fire.
The fire.
I wonder if Derek took the advice of her friends. I'm just saying. Go back to episode 2 and find out what her friends was talking about that.
No, sir. Her friends are drunk friends.
I wonder if Derek took that advice. But anyway, we go on to the next couple, Brandon and Taylor. Now this couple right here, look.
We don't want to talk about Austin and Jessica first.
I said bad.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay.
Bad.
Okay.
So we
back to bad.
We back to bad. Semi-bad. Because this episode for Brandon wasn't all bad, but majority of it was bad. Now, you know, Taylor's trying to do something sweet. She's trying to videotape him while he's snoring.
Look who's snoring.
Look who's snoring, y'all. And, you know, playing with her phone and stuff like that. This dude wakes up out of sleep
straight out the bed.
Like he's like Undertaker or something. He pops up like oh, what's in the world, and has a semi-panic attack.
What? No, he said he had an anxiety attack. Well, we don't find that out till later. But he straight hopped out the bed, goes in the bathroom, starts getting himself ready. She's talking to him, and he's on ignore. He is or straight ignore. Like, oh, he's not saying nothing.
He's on some little kid status. He ain't on the grown man status.
No.
This is little kid status. Because a grown man will be like, yo, look, I don't like the camera in my face. Can you not do that? That scared me a little bit. It startled me. It caused me to have a panic attack. I never had a panic attack, so I don't know if you can verbalize yourself through that much through a panic attack. But he should have been like, yo, that's not cool. But again, and the first thing I heard, I laughed and chuckled at myself like, dude, you have cameras in your face
all the time.
All the time. You're on this TV show. If you don't know, you're on a reality TV show. And there's cameras in your face. So her iPhone or whatever phone she had is in your face.
It's not compared to the camera.
It's not compared with this cameraman who's in your room. Probably 2 or 3 people. The cameraman, maybe the light man, the sound man. All these people around you all day, 24/7 almost. You and your girl, and you mad about her putting a camera? Petty. I'm gonna call it what it is. It's petty.
She woke me up out my sleep, and it just scared me so bad. I didn't know. Brandon.
Petty.
He could have handled it so much better, because we find out later that like he has not talked to her all
10 hours
day.
All day long. He not talking. Even when it was in a group couple, he didn't say the group together. He didn't say anything. She said when she even went to get his favorite beer and hand it to him and all that stuff. And
he didn't want
that. But then like 5 minutes later, he buys the exact same beer, or she sees him with the exact same beer she had, and he's drinking it. Like you don't want to take nothing from me. You don't want to do with me. You want to deal with me. Like come on, dog. Like you really legitimately. We can't have no conversation about this. Can we be grown folk and communicate? This is how you act on your job. This is how you act in the real world. That when something bothers you, just go shut up.
And he says to her, when they're at dinner talking or whatever, like, it startled me. You put the camera in my face. I had a panic attack, I had an anxiety attack. And she was like, I didn't know. He was like, but I'm doing all this heavy breathing and stuff. It's like my husband said, if you never been around somebody that have a panic attack, for some people, panic attack is not all the way over the top.
Yeah.
For some, it might just be like hyperventilation, you know what I'm saying? But she doesn't know you, Brandon, first of all. Second of all, she might not know what a panic attack looks like. And it's okay for you to get yourself together. And then, once I get myself together, talk about it. This is all about getting to know each other. So, you have to tell, just like Katie talked to Derek about my diabetes.
Yeah.
I gotta watch my carbs. Gotta watch the desserts. You can't do the breads. I got diabetes. I gotta give myself this injection. Hey Taylor, I have anxiety attacks really bad. It don't take much to set me off. I got set off this morning. My bad. But you can't say this at night.
You went all day. You wasted a day. You wasted a day because you were mad on your honeymoon, and where you could have just communicated to her like, yo, look, give me a minute. I don't like cameras in my face. I'm frustrated right now. Give me a second to calm down. Even to the point where she says she would try to touch some of the stuff or clean up in the room. Don't touch my stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Don't touch my stuff. Don't touch me. Dog, is it that serious?
Now, that's not panic attack stuff. Now you just mad.
Now you just mad.
You're having a temper tantrum.
As a grown man, let's not do that.
You're having a temper tantrum.
I'm going to keep saying, hey, as a grown man, handle your business and have a conversation with your wife. This ain't your side chick. This ain't your girlfriend. No. This is your wife. This is somebody that you're in Panama with for the next 6 or 7 days. And we'll talk about that when we get to Michael too. Try to get yourself together and enjoy the time. And you're not even paying for it. Enjoy the free time. Yo, you at an all-exclusive resort. You ain't spending a dime. And you mad? Enjoy the moment. But they finally get their stuff together. They had a conversation at dinner. And he tried to talk crazy to her again at dinner.
A little bit.
A little bit. He told
her, dang, get over it.
Get over it. And she's like, hold on, don't talk to me. And I'm so happy she did that.
Yes.
Yo, don't talk to me that way. Ladies out there, when the first time a dude try to get out the gate with you, please set him straight from day one. If you let him talk to you like that the first day, he'll talk to you like that the last day.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So she was like, don't talk to me like that. I'm not going to accept that. I'm a strong woman. This is who I am. And she told him, this is who I am. Well, you're not going to talk to me that way. And we're not going to communicate like that.
Mm-hmm.
And he comes back, he apologizes, and he, realized that, I shouldn't do that. And they finally get it right. You know, and then we see later on.
He takes a page out of Derek's book.
Yeah, he stole that. He stole that from Derek. I ain't gonna say him lie. He stole that. Let's not recreate the wheel, but he stole that.
Yeah, but Miles was like, bruh, really? You gonna hear what Derek did?
No, but see, hold up. I'm gonna give him. I'm not cut you off. I know people don't like that, but I'm gonna give you his advice. What he did was when they was at the table, Derek was like, she was like, oh, I like that. I wish somebody would do that for me. So when he tried to be a sweet man, like, oh, my wife wants somebody else to do that for her. So he took the idea. Oh, that's what she want. I'm gonna give it to her, even though he stole Derek flowers.
That's the part. So he took Derek's leftover flowers. What? I'm sure he got some more. But yeah, that's what we talked about. I don't have no problem with him taking the idea from Derek, especially when, like my husband said, at the table, she was like, oh, well, that was sweet. Oh, that was nice. He was like, ding. Because he had to make up.
Light bulb.
He had to make up because he was a butt all day.
All day.
So he had to make up with her. And he stood up out the bathtub, the little bathtub. Well, why is the bathtub in the middle of the room? Anyway, he stood up in the little bathtub. He's like, I got my shorts on.
I was so happy he didn't have the Speedo on. And you don't know what I'm talking about. Go back to like when they was cracking. He had like the little panties on. She called them panties. So I'm so glad that when he stood up, he didn't have the panties on.
I don't know. She might have liked the panties at that point.
I wouldn't have liked the panties for the visual effect. He had the panties on.
That Aztec warrior.
Say hello to my little friend.
And so she goes and puts her bride's bikini on, and you know they make up in the tub.
Yeah, and she was excited. She said something may happen tonight, so we'll find out if something did happen. But go back real quick. They went to see the sloth because this is where she had.
Oh, shady.
This is where she had opportunity to throw her slaves. Like, you sloth. My husband moves slow like that too. Matter of fact, it looks like you. So you can tell the relationship was getting better on day 2. That on their excursion they went to see the sloth and they had jokes and he loved animals. We know she has a dog. She liked animals. So on day 2 she was warming up to him a little bit more so that night could happen.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So all that happened on night number 2. Then we go on to bad couple, good couple. Jessica
and Austin. What can we say? They're just goofy together.
Yeah, she even eats his food.
They already listen. I was talking about this the other day. They have already made up rules when it comes to the food. We don't order the same meal. We can eat off each other's plates. Are you gonna eat your carrots? Oh, I didn't eat any carrots. I don't like cooked carrots. You don't like cooked? I'll eat it. Did you eat the zucchini? I like the zucchini. Okay. And the people at the table are watching this transpire. They're like, wow.
Like they're communicating, they have conversation, they interacting, and she's like, I like to eat. She like the dog.
She said, I got a twin. I'm used to sharing, so I always have to share everything. So they got a good understanding. I'm like, oh, they're just so goofy together.
Yeah, right now there's no waves in the relationship. Right now they're doing well with even with the couples. Also like I'm not sharing my role, as you alluded to earlier. I'm not telling y'all about none of our intimacy.
Yeah, he said I'm not. He said I never kiss and tell. He said I don't kiss and tell. And I tell you just enough. I tell you, till you can figure out on your own, or whatever case may be, or you can be right or you can be wrong. But we do it's a little bit more heavy cuddling. A little bit more than heavy cuddling. A little bit more than heavy cuddling. Taylor's like, now what? Girl, you do the thing, well, do your thing. They trying to find out, and when we get to the next couple, we're gonna go to how all this started. Once we finish because I was like, this whole thing, I like, what, really? But anyway. I was confused, though. They had a little bit more heavy cuddling. Did they have sex? Or didn't have sex? I don't think they had sex. I feel like they didn't. I don't feel like they did. Y'all let us know. Do you think, and that's probably the question of the week, do you think Austin and Jessica had sex? I don't think they did. I think it was heavy petting. I think it was heavy petting. I think they got real close. They got real touchy feely. I think they got touchy feely. Yeah. I think they got touchy feely. But the one thing I like when Austin was talking to the guys is he was like, it was cool when we first met her after the wedding and everything. He was like, from jump, I didn't have to put on airs. It was like, oh, I could be my regular goofy weird self. She could be her regular goofy weird self. Hey, this is cool. I'm with it.
Let me be me.
He said I could be me from the beginning.
But I think you should be you anyway.
Yeah.
I don't think you should put on any air because you should put your best foot forward. It should be you anyway. I think that was whether it's married at first sight, you going on a blind date, you going on a regular date, somebody to hook you up with a friend. You be who you are, and I think you be honest, you be respectful, you be if that's you.
Yeah, but I've heard it said that when you first meet somebody, you go out on a date, well, you meet a representative of who they are, because you do. If you're a butt. You're not going to be a butt from jump.
So when our first date, what did you meet?
I already knew you before our first date. Our first date was like 2 years after I knew you, so that doesn't count. So I knew your representative. I knew the real you. I knew the you that nobody saw. Yeah. I knew that already. So, but when you first meet somebody, they're being a representative. Right. They're putting their best person. You don't never see the ugly side of a person up front.
I don't.
But you also don't see not the bad part, but you don't always see the goofy of a person. You don't see the silly of them. You don't see how they watch these videos or YouTube and they just they laugh about silly stuff. You don't see that up front. And so what he's saying is, I can let all that out. Mm-hmm. Where you might not let the person see that. You might, I'm not gonna be goofy. I'm not gonna be goofy. I'm not gonna be goofy. So, but I like Austin and Jessica. They really, they in the hot tub smooching. Oh, so cute.
Right now, them and Derek and Katie, Austin and Jessica are doing well.
I'm gonna say Austin and Jessica #1. Derek and Katie #2.
So I got it reverse, but
okay.
We'll see. We'll see, and that's the honeymoon. That's what your honeymoon is about. To have a good time, enjoy each other, because several of these couples are gonna be like, my honeymoon was the worst. Even if they stay married, if they stay married, they're gonna be like, my honeymoon sucks.
They're gonna have to do another one.
They're gonna do another one, and especially when we get to this last couple, Michael and Meka.
I am so disappointed.
I was rooting for them, and I'm still rooting for them. I'm waiting. Rooting for them. No spoilers here. I'm still rooting for them to stay married. Black love, whatever you want to call it. I'm rooting for them, but they're not helping each other out. And by staying in separate rooms on your honeymoon, right? He waked up. He got a double. That's all he probably could get. Maybe he stayed with a production guy. I don't know. So one of the crew members had an extra bed in their room. She sleeps in this big bed by herself. They get up. They didn't even call each other the next morning.
Oh
right?
My God!
And say, how you doing? I apologize. If you look at Michael, when he got up, when he got room service, he was eating burgers and fries, knowing that he's a breakfast guy. So he waited. He ate breakfast, chilled. My man said he was on a job interview and got a job
to be a principal,
and hired someone. Like, dog, you didn't even.
But. I mean, again, I don't know if how the conversation went on the plane. Did they lead with the sex on the honeymoon thing, and so everything got shut down? Like, she was oblivious. Like, I ain't know. She hadn't seen him all morning. She met up with the couples by herself, and they're like, "Hey, where's Michael?" She's like, "I don't know." Well, maybe did he sleep in? She was like, "Yeah, that's a good one. Let's go with that."
And then Katie was like, did y'all sleep together? She like, "Oh, he slept in a separate room." They were like,
"Oh wow."
Yeah, like, dog.
At least Mindy came back to the room.
Right.
But Michael, this was the beginning of, again, I know we're in this process together, but I was just like, I feel like you're talking too much.
But did she play the game though? And this is a game I think she played, and like a lot of people play. She came to this pool setting. Everybody else is coupled up. She didn't know Brandon and Taylor was having their issues because they were still sitting close to each other. Even Mindy and Zach had their issues, but they were still sitting. They were still coupled up. Derek and Katie was together, and then you had Austin and Jessica. They was together, even though they're doing fine. But then she started playing a comparison game in her mind. Mm-hmm. Oh, dang, everybody else's husband here, and they doing well. Look like they doing good. Look like they doing good. Look like they're doing good. And my husband is nowhere to be seen. And
I ain't seen him today.
I ain't seen him today. I ain't even talked to him. Y'all like, dog, you ain't wake up and they figure, I'm sorry. I apologize. Can we have a conversation? Not even apologize first, but can we have a conversation early in the morning? And so Michael pops up out of the blue. Like, he just showed, like, they teleported him in, or like Star Trek. He just beamed me down.
I was like, how did he know they were there? Somebody had to have told him.
Like, yo, they're by the pool, dog. Like, you missed your cue. Your time.
We're gonna need you to go down to the pool because everybody else is there. Oh man, yeah, it was bad. It was bad.
But then they get to the pool with the other girls. They separate, and she let it all out. She tell other girls to disagree with Michael. This is what basically almost except for the fact that he wants to have sex. She told how disgruntled they are, how the argument, like they spend the time in separate rooms, and I know Michael didn't like that. Later on when we get to
it's very obvious.
It's very obvious, but this is the therapy session as I mentioned earlier. She's venting to people that she called her girls. I'm gonna use that loosely.
But somebody says later to a bunch of strangers.
but to her girls. So she's trying to get that therapy from them. Like, what are you guys doing that I'm not doing? Maybe let me see if there's something that we can do to try to fix this. And and doesn't. But her and Michael.
And in that total, I want to say that because I referred to this earlier. In that setting, Meka's like, so who had sex? Who consummated? I'm like, I thought that was weird for her to bring up.
It was.
When you miserable, like I didn't understand why she brought that up.
She wanted to know who have sex, but you mad at the man for telling you that he wants to have sex on his honeymoon. She's not.
I don't understand.
I realize she's not mad that he asked that he wanted to have sex on his honeymoon. She's mad that he gave her an ultimatum that if we don't have sex, then our marriage is over.
Well, it's not gonna work.
It's not gonna work. So that's what she's mad at. The fact that he said allegedly, because we don't know, we haven't seen no tape footage. Just allegedly what she said. She said he said it. He said he didn't. So allegedly, all right. But then it got so bad. This when we had a conversation last week, like the experts should come on there.
Right.
It got so bad that they had to call Pastor Cal.
Yes.
And then she told Pastor Cal the side of the story. And then Pastor Cal called Michael. Mm-hmm. Michael told his side of the story. Pastor Cal was like, look, y'all two need to get together and communicate. And I'm glad he said that because he's not there.
Right.
He didn't know what's what.
He said, I don't know what happened. I'm going on what y'all said.
And I can't look in your eyes, tell if you're lying. I can't look in your face. So now what y'all need to do is get together and communicate. So they got together on the beach, over the water, and they had a conversation.
Well, let's go. And Dr. Cal told them, you need to just start new. Mm-hmm. You need to start new. And for Meka, you need to think about, like, why you... Not that this is not an important thing, but, dang, you're going to let this ruin your whole trip there.
Yeah.
Ruin the whole process.
And you got 7 more weeks as Michael put it out.
You're going to let this ruin the whole process. Mm-hmm. You are 3 days in, sweetheart. Pastor Cal kind of brought it to start over. Okay? Yeah. And so they
talk about it, and Michael kind of admits that he was wrong, and then we do need to start over. And Meka recognized that he wasn't wearing his ring. Now, dog, we've been married 18 years, and I don't think how many times I've ever taken this thing off. I've probably beat it up and banged it.
Yeah, he don't take it off to the point where it's almost not even round anymore. It got jagged edges.
but I can't imagine being married 3 days and taking off. We remember last year when Keith lost his ring. They looked for it and searched for it. I think if Michael had lost his ring like on the ocean, he wouldn't even look for it. Like, dog. But his explanation was that I want to hit the reset button, and I think I shouldn't wear my ring because I didn't live up to the expectation of being a husband. And I'm sitting here like, dog, you're going to make mistakes. So every time you make a mistake in marriage, you're going to take your ring off, act like you're not married.
It don't make sense.
It don't make sense. You legally married, stay married, fix the problem, work on it, and communicate. Keep your ring on. She was like, you think like you single? You on a first of all, you got a resort. You sleep in a separate room. We don't know where you at.
Right.
I haven't seen you, and you got no ring on?
You ain't got no ring on.
Come on, dog. Suspicious of me.
But what he said made sense. But again, because you took the ring off, it doesn't mean y'all didn't go through the ceremony. It doesn't mean y'all not married. Mm-hmm. Even if you didn't meet up to the expectation, keep your ring on. So Meka was like, oh, well, I'm going to take mine off too until... And then they even talk about it at dinner. They point out, Austin's like, oh, I see you don't have your ring on. Yeah. Meka, she was like, I absolutely don't have my ring on. And I mean, the whole time they're talking at dinner, she basically again tells them, all the couples, about this conversation.
Yeah.
What do you do when you don't feel comfortable enough to stay with somebody and you stuck with them, you're attached to them?
She's really taking this therapy session to lay her business out.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know if that's right. I don't know if that's right or wrong, but she's giving. And Michael tried to keep it cool, and he tried to bring it in. He didn't like this.
Obviously upset.
Because think about it. Remember, we gotta go back to what his family said. When he's pushed, he shuts down.
Yes.
And so he is shutting down on her because she's constantly pushing, and the more she push, the more he's gonna shut down.
Mm-hmm.
And so he's at a point where he's shutting down. Well, I know the ring is just a symbolic gesture. Some people have tattoos. Some people have other things. But there's something to remind you that you are married. Whether it's a tattoo, whether it's a silicone ring, whether it's metal, whatever you put to whether it's a ribbon tied in a bow, it doesn't make a difference. It makes a symbolization. We know that you're technically married. And also let other people know that you're married. So what you're going to do now is y'all don't have rings. When you get back home, are you going to date other people? When you get to your co-workers and they who don't know that you got married. So where do you draw the line?
It was just silly.
Yeah, it's just to me it's silly. To me that's what they want to do, but have conversations. So they seem like they was getting to a better place. At least they have dialogue. We know from the next episode, at least they slept in the same room. So we don't know what happened after dinner, but we do know that they went back to the same room and they're trying to work on their situation. So we'll see
disappointed
next week. So I know a lot of people are disappointed in the MMM or the Mike and Meka couple, but a lot of people are upset. But hopefully it works out. So
I hope they can get it together. I don't know. I know, and we gotta go, but I'm just like, Meka. It's a big thing. It's a big topic, but I just feel like for her to be harping on it at this point, it's like let it go. Give peace a chance. Give love a chance. Give the marriage a chance. I feel like
it's getting embarrassing.
Neither one of them are really giving it a chance at this
like
point.
they got one argument and they can't get past it. They stuck in neutral and no one's trying to pop that bad boy and drive and keep going up. It's embarrassing. It's kind of hard. And once again, they're on their honeymoon and they're miserable. She's ready to get back to the States. He's ready to get back, and it's just bad. So we'll see. Oh man, leave your comments. It was a lot. Yeah, sorry for the long video, but it was a lot in this episode to digest. If we missed anything, please remind us of what we missed. We definitely will comment in the comment section. We love the interaction, love the engage with you guys. Please make sure you do that. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, the bell notification, and also share this with a friend so that who also may watch Married at First Sight.
Yes.
And make sure you check out our review on Family or Fiance. Once again, Married at First Sight, episode 5 of season 10. Whew, that was a lot.
And we'll see you next time for episode 6. Bye.
Bye.